That is crazy. We have teal and blue, both getting their expos up at the top left. Always good to do. It looks like Omni lost his expansion there, which is why I like to get mine down here. I'm just pinging the handful of roaches because I'm a scaredy cat, and I'm sending my allies' units out to die. Or just out to scare them off, which is fine. I have still not gotten an Ultra Den, which is uncommon for me. In 3v3s, that's just about my favorite unit to get a Zerg. But I guess I'm still recuperating. I'm going for melee attacks, though, and I'm getting detection for the road roaches. Omni has a good number of Hydralisks, and Mephisto is still going for those Immortals, and that is a lot of Mutalisks. But the Roach Zerg is a good target to hit, since he has just been pumping roaches off of one base, as far as we know. We haven't actually been up to their base the entire game, except for the initial scout, so we don't really know what's going on. This is a good mass of guys. This is actually a pretty good time to push out, as long as we don't engage all of their troops at once. We could probably snipe out one base pretty quickly. In-base hatchery going up for me. Blue is main-arding some probes over. He's almost mined out at his base. At his main base, rather. So it's a good time to do that. Surprised that there are no expansions going down over here, although Teal does have his hidden expo going up. And we just see more roaches coming up for Teal, upgrades, and more Mutalisks going up for Red. Finally getting my Ultralisk Cavern. And Purple here. I don't see any Colossi for him, for Mephisto, but he's getting the extended thermal lance, and there we go. A couple of Colossi coming out. Just being started. And he's sending his probes over pretty early. But, I mean, it's okay. I guess he got a bit nervous seeing all the roaches, but that's a lot of Immortals. They're just going to eat up those roaches, who will run away with their tails between their legs. Not that they actually have tails, but you get the drift. So I'm going for a second expansion. Okay, I have my cavern up, and I'm getting a single Ultralisk, as well as the Chitness plating, to give them that extra indestructible quality. And we have a big push coming in here. That's a ton of Mutalisks. We have Stalkers blinking up to not really get a flank, but just sort of spread out. And these Immortals are just tearing through these guys. The Mutalisks really shouldn't have pulled back. They could have done a lot more damage. And I have Hydras here just sitting doing nothing. I should really bring this up, and there they go. I have finally taken all the Hydras to move them up, and we should be able to hold this with this number of Hydras. And I have my first... Wow, I must have been supply blocked or something. I got a ton of Overlords. It looks like they're falling back. Yeah, with that number of Hydras, and Colossi now, there's not much that size army could do. We have lots of upgrades for Omnispective, and only one for me, but I do have my armor since I'm focusing on my Ultralisks. Chitness plating now finishing. This is post 1.01 or something, where they combined the Ultralisk upgrades both into one, which is very handy as a Zerg player. It's nice to not have to get that speed since they just have it by default. We have 42 Ultras and a big group of Hydras coming up here. Looks like these guys are not prepared for this. On second thought, that is a lot of Mutalisks. So, unless we pull some sort of magic trick here, these guys are going to crumble. I'm not sure why red and blue aren't pushing out here to deal with this ball of Hydras. Looks like they're just trying to muster up some confidence. I'm not sure why they need it. I see Teal is going for a surprise unburrow, which will work quite well. These Hydras stand no chance. Yep, there they all go, burning in acid, writhing in agony. And I have more Hydras coming out, and I'm not focusing on... Hydras are just awesome for DPS. They do so much damage, even without full upgrades. But you'd think that I'd be getting more Ultralisks. I guess not. Let's see, Omni is totally mined out of his main. He doesn't have too many workers, and it's pretty safe to expand, but I guess he just wants to feel safe. We have more Colossi coming out for purple. 4 Colossi. especially behind a wall of Hydras, will tear down pretty much anything. Immortals will stand a chance for a while, but there is just about no ground army that can stand up to this. If I had some ultras to take the damage, and I have 5 coming out, this would do even better. We have shields and a Twilight Council coming out for purple, so he might be going for some Dark Templar drops, which are not unheard of for him. Actually, this whole team here likes to go for DT Prism drops in the base, but at this stage in the game, they probably won't do much now that everybody has detection. And I guess I was just out here scouting, and the Stalkers took great offense to that. And apparently Mephisto's going to try Colossi Micro. He's going to hit the bases up here, it looks like. Very good use of that cliff walk, and I'm bringing up my Hydras at the same time. Now, as long as these guys don't blink too well, this attack should go off splendidly. We have some Zerglings coming up here to back up the Hydras, and the are not going to get us around. There just aren't enough of them. We have Mulos coming in from red, and the Hydras are going to have a very hard time. That's a massive swarm of Mulisks. There's just nothing that that force of Hydras can do, but the Colossi are tearing down this base. They should run. Actually, the Mutas are falling back. They are there they go. They are going to try to take out these Colossi. These Colossi need to run away right now. The Nexus is not worth losing 5 Colossi, which is exactly what's going to happen. They are all going to go down in a blaze of not too much glory. But, you know, I guess Blue is stuck without any resources right now. We will see the resources tab. He's sitting on 45, not going up at all. Check out APM really quick, not that it matters. The other team is totally trouncing us as far as APM goes. And it seems to be doing them pretty good. Although they're not attacking. And here come my Ultras to try to shoot up some roaches, but they're going to burrow and regenerate all that health. Of course, Zerglings just melt in the face of Hydras, especially with the 42 upgrade. Now, even burrowed roaches are going to have a pretty hard time. Mutalisks are really what you need to rip through this stuff. Omni just has so many Hydralisks here. These mutas probably don't stand a chance, and apparently we are not giving Beasto any gas, because he has tons of minerals, but he's, as he says, quite short on gas. And it looks like we're not going to be moving out here. I am just chilling by the watchtower with all of our units, and it looks like these mutas are going to come here and cause some havoc in this base. Yeah, it looks like this is going to go down pretty quickly. Bringing in some Hydras to deal with it. And Omni might be looking to expand here, although Atreus, I haven't even said these guys' names. This is Vildor, the blue Protoss. This is Atreus, the red Zerg, and Arcton, the teal Zerg. My bad for not saying their names before. Okay, so this base obviously went down. Most of the mutas made it away. It looks like just getting a little bit injured. No gas for Mephisto. I am quite greedy with my gas. I need lots and lots for my ultras. So, all for me. And with this number of Hydras, Stalkers just aren't going to stand a chance. These roaches, man, they're just not doing anything at all at this point in the game. Teal has just made nothing but roaches, and they're getting in the game, they're fine. They can, especially if they have burrow, they can creep in and, oh, he's just losing all these roaches here. If you have roaches and they are surrounded by this number of Hydras and your enemy has protection, you do not want to burrow them. Burrowing them makes them so slow, and their regeneration cannot keep up with this number of Hydras. So now we have a clash here coming in between the Stalkers and the Hydras. The Stalkers are trying to let these Zerglings get in front, and there's not enough of them. If they had some splash damage, they could tear through these Hydras, but it looks like the mutas are sort of working away at one side of them with their beds and labworms, but the Stalkers are all falling, and this does not look good for Blue. Red may be able to hold this off, but he's losing so many mutas, and they are so expensive, and they take a long time to pump out. And it looks like he may even lose all of his mutas, and the Stalkers might be able to clean up the Hydras. unless these guys are focus firing. They're not even focus firing, and they're still taking down the Hydras. I mean the Stalkers, I'm sorry. And this Queen might even go down. This is crazy. Hydras are just so deadly. They have so much DPS. That is a ridiculous amount of attack speed. I think Craftlings are the only thing that have better attack speed. Yeah. And those Hydras did go down, but they were heroes. They got through so much. And those Ultras should not be chasing those Zerglings. Yeah, they should be attacking this hatchery. Very good. And Vildor has left the game. He is sitting on very few minerals, and I guess that's it. That's me being a dick saying, lol, you don't want to do that, so polite. But I just thought it was kind of funny that all we did was kill a hatchery and they left the game. Looks like Red is by himself, and with this number of mutas and this situation, there's nothing he can do. He can try to fly some drones around, some overlords just to be annoying, but this is probably a good game. Or he might try to fight on. Ah, there we go, he leaves the game. And thanks for watching. That was a Biolab 3v3.